Alright guys, today I'm gonna show you how I wash my car and how this should be basically what you should be doing to keep your paint nice and clean and make sure you're not scratching it up. For pressure washer I use the Sunjo, so we're gonna be doing a foam cannon. Sunjo, really good brand. It wasn't that expensive, I got it on sale. And for the foam cannon we're using the Griot's Garage foam cannon with Chemical Guys honeydew foam. Let's see, right here. And basically the first thing you want to do is wheels. So basically, to clean your wheels first, you want to go ahead, spray it down. Okay, all that white stuff that you saw, it's from the tire shine that I put on. So okay, so after you rinse out your wheels, I use the IK Foam Cannon Pro 2 to basically spread my product. I'm using PNS brake cleaner, best brake cleaner, cheap, really good, foams up really good. So first we're gonna go ahead and spray the wheel. Oh yeah, look at that foam. All right, and then after you spray it down, I use these two. So this one's gonna be like for the inner barrel, and then this one's gonna be for the face of the wheel. Typically you would want to rinse it down, make sure there's no dirt in it, and then we can go ahead. I use the face first. I use this with the tires too, but I make sure I clean the wheel first and then the tire, just to make sure if the tire has anything I don't want rubbing against the wheel, I do that first. And then with this one, just come in. You don't have to do much agitating, especially if your wheel isn't bad, because that brake buster does the job really well. It'll take everything off, especially with that foam. It'll do the job. After that, you just want to let it sit for a little second. You don't want it on there too long. Make sure it doesn't dry. Make sure it doesn't dry on there, especially if you're working directly in the sunlight. And you just want to rinse it off. And there you go. It should be perfectly clean, ready to move on to the next one. So I'm gonna do all 4 tires, and then we'll move on to the actual car. once you got all your wheels all clean, make sure you got all the product off. Next, we're gonna rinse down the paint with just water, pressure washer. We're gonna water it down, make sure this is gonna get most of the dirt off, and then after that we're gonna move on to the foam cannon. Alright, once you're done rinsing off the car, you should see it's already really clean. Obviously there's still gonna be stuff left on. Don't try to like go hard on the pressure washer and go like all the way inside. That you're risking damaging the paint. What you want to do, this is what the foam cannon is for. So you just soap it up, and then we're gonna follow up by using you can use a sponge, or this is a microfiber, I guess, glove, and then we're just gonna gently wipe it down. First, let's go ahead and foam her down. You want to again top to bottom, so I start with the roof. Always want to do straight lines. You don't want to do no circle action, so straight. Alright, once you touch everything up, if you still have some soap left over, I will just soap it up and then rinse it off. Just use whatever you have left. I have a little bit. I'm gonna just use it until there's no more, and then switch back to the other tip and just rinse it all down like in the first step. Alright, now that the car's all rinsed off, next thing we're gonna do, this is by Chemical Guys. It's their Mammoth drying towel, and basically I could just go over it, dry it with just this, but to protect the paint a little bit more and just help that water bead off, we're gonna be using this one. We're gonna be using this one, some quick wax. So basically you just apply it like that, give it a spray, 2-3 sprays every panel, and you'll see right here, look, if I spray it, that water's gonna want to fall down. So this just helps it dry. Like, you see that it starts to fall. And it also helps it protect the paint. It makes stuff stick less, and it's gonna give you that nice gloss. So you just want to spray the whole thing down, and then you can go ahead and dry it. First, I'm gonna dry it with this. One thing to note, this one do not use on the windows. That one you're gonna have to use a separate towel just to dry those off. So first we're gonna give it with this to get most of the water, and the little bit that's water left, we're gonna be using one of these. Make sure it's super plush, and we're just gonna spray a little bit on this and then just dry it off. All right, as you see, I didn't try to get all the water, because that's why I'm gonna follow up with the other one. But for the windows, I use this waffle weave. It's a different like style. As you can see, it kind of looks like squares. It just encases the water more and absorbs. Make sure it actually gets all the water. This is better for like windows and stuff like this, because windows like to stick to the water. And as you can see, it gets it off right away. And it's very easy, fast to use. Alright, now we got the windows ready. We're gonna get our quick wax, spray this down a little bit, and just do the final wipe down. And as I can see in that panel, it's looking nice and clean. That gloss. And it's protected because, well, I obviously put that quick wax. And we're gonna do that for the rest of the car right here. Alright, once you got the car all dried off with that towel, next thing you're gonna notice wheels are still wet. So I still use this on the wheel face, just so to add that protection so that it's easier to clean off. Usually you want to use, you can use a new one, but I mean you're gonna waste it, so use like a more dirty one. Once your ones that you use up here get dirty, you want to downgrade them to the wheels, so you just spray it and just wipe it down. And then if your tire is still wet, you want to dry that off. If I would just let it dry by itself and then you can apply your tire shine. Mine look like they're gonna be dried up, so I'm gonna be put the tire shine on after I clean all the wheels and make sure they're all dry and protected. All right, just like that, they're all clean, looking all nice. So as we see, tires look relatively dry. Usually I would just wait for it an hour, or I even do it the next day, and then apply the tire shine. But of course, for the purpose of the video, we're gonna do it right now. I usually like to put on gloves. I usually put them on at the start, but I forgot. So for sure, when you're putting tire shine, especially the one I'm gonna use, it sticks to your hands. It's hard to get it off, so might as well put your gloves on. I use this one, Meguiar's Endurance Tire Gel. Always, if you want the longest lasting, still shiny, use a gel. So like a liquid like this. You see how it's thicker? Not a spray, not a foam. Foams don't really work that good, to be honest. Sprays you can get away with, but you use it a lot. This one, I've had it for like 2 years and I'm barely gonna get low. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. So we just apply some to the microfiber like that, or not microfiber, to like a sponge for tires, and then just rub it in. You can use a brush, but I personally just like this. I feel like it won't over apply because I'm kind of rubbing it in. Because a brush, usually you're gonna put like a thicker layer and it'll sling all over your paint. So I never had a problem with this slinging. And just like that, looks slick. And then once we're done with all 4 tires, we're done with the whole wash. So just to recap again, Sunjoe pressure washer, Brio Garage foam cannon with the Honeydew foam cannon. We got chemical guys. We got the IK Chrome Foam 2. If you want that foam for the wheels, makes it way easier. And then your wax, you can use this is a good cheap alternative, but I use the Meguiar's, and then the Tire Shine. It's gonna be the Endurance Gel by Meguiar's as well.